I haven't personally seen how the app works on the Trumoto app for the controller. So we're going to go over this together. I'm going to ask questions. It's probably going to be some of the similar questions that you guys are going to have going through this. So I'm trying to make it as relevant as I can to y'all. So going over the app, we're going to start. You just get the app from the App Store.
That's correct. So if you have Android or iPhone, doesn't matter. You search up Trumoto. It should pop right up. Looks like a little dirt biker head, purple guy.
Cool.
And simple as downloading it. It's free. Doesn't cost any money.
All right.
And then once you have it, the first thing you're going to do is open it. And you're going to get the splash screen. It's going to bring up a bunch of Bluetooth devices.
Yeah.
Then you're going to select your controller, which is obviously, it's only going to show you controllers that can connect.
Yeah.
Then it's going to bring you straight to our dashboard. So you can see your battery amps on this gauge, your phase amps on this one, your and below that we have the miles per hour and then the RPM, which are relevant to each other. Then in the center we have the battery percentage, which tells you right below that your actual voltage.
Okay.
And then and it also lets you know how many amps of regen that you're pulling. Over on the right hand side of the screen, you have your motor temperatures and your controller temperatures. These are technically in Celsius right now.
Okay.
That's because that's what the controller interprets. The right-hand side of the screen is that you can see this little green flags here on the right.
Yeah.
When you click that, it actually enables a drag mode, which will record your 0 to 30 and your 0 to 60 time natively. So you don't need to go get a draggy or anything like that.
Oh, nice.
It does that by measuring your wheel speed through the motor.
Okay.
It's very accurate, long as your wheel's not spinning. So if you go on the grass and just like zip, obviously it's not going to be right.
Sure.
But on the street or whatever, it's very, very accurate. Because you don't have to rely on laggy GPS signal or anything like that.
Okay.
Features also on the dash that don't currently work, but they will.
So quick question.
Yeah.
If you are going through this and it's based on wheel speed, if you have a bike that does not have stock wheels, do you have to change the wheel size in the app in order to keep that accurate?
That is correct. As we get into the settings, I'll show you that you can adjust that.
Okay.
On the right-hand side still, we have a couple of things, like there's a G meter here and a bike angle sensor here, or a bike angle gauge here. And that'll allow you to see like how high up you're doing a wheelie or whatever. And then the G's, how many G's you're pulling.
Okay.
And for the dashboard, currently that's it. We do have like temperature warnings and stuff like that. They flash and kind of let you know. This also does go into a landscape or portrait mode. It does both.
Nice.
So you can mount that on your
bars.
On your bars. Then you can hit the settings button up here on the top. You can see that we have this run motor detection, which will allow you to detect the Hall sensors and get a more accurate pairing of the motor to the controller.
So when you pair it for the first time, when you pair the motor and the controller for the first time, do you have to go into the settings and do that, or does it just know natively that these two are one and then this is what it's going to be from here on out?
It's a good question. Yeah. So it works out of the box. You don't even have to use the app. So they're already paired together, but you can run the motor detection just to get the best possible pairing.
Yeah. Okay.
It may or may not improve your performance ever so slightly, but it's there just in case, it's not running to its optimal potential, then you can do that.
Since they're produced to be ran together, they're plug and play.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
The first thing that you're going to have to do when you go into the app is you're going to need to tell it now what kind of battery that you have. So for us, in this case, we're going to be running, we run obviously the battery that's behind us here, and that's our 76 volt, 24 amp hour, which has 180 amp rating, the maximum RPM, the regen, and in doing so, this gives you a lot of control over the ride experience. So your power is your overall power, and the punch is basically the bottom end torque. And we call that punch because it's how hard it punches. And so punch in a high power and still reach an extremely high speed and have a very hard and linear top end pull feel without all of that bottom end grunt. Or you could invert it.
Just depends on what kind of riding style you're going to do. If you're street riding or if you're riding in hills or trails, you might want to adjust this. One other thing I can see how this would be very, very beneficial is maybe I want my bike set up one way, but maybe my 10-year-old son wants to ride it. I don't want him having the same power settings I have. I can go into the app and I can turn it down.
That is correct. I'll say with some confidence that full punch is basically absurd. Oh, another thing to note actually is the regen. So regen only works if you have a welded freewheel, right? It's really simple. All you got to do is get 6 tack welds on there and it'll hold it in place. Any muffler shop or anybody with a welder, even if they don't even know how to weld, can tack weld this.
Doesn't be a quality weld.
No.
You're not building cabinets here.
No, exactly. As we scroll down in the app, you'll see that we have the gear ratio calculator, gear ratio number, and the wheel diameter. This is so that way that the 0 to 30, 0 to 60, and your miles per hour remain accurate.
So this gear ratio, I'm going to have to put in myself.
That's correct. I think we're in the middle of making this a little bit more user-friendly. Right now, it just comes defaulted as your stock 6.54, which is what you would have if you have installed the Extreme kit in a stock wheel.
Yeah, okay.
So it actually explains to you how to get your ratio. It tells you rear tooth count divided by front gear tooth count. So it's saying take your 72 tooth and divide it by whatever you put in the front, and then it spits out your ratio.
Right on.
So we are working on making that a little bit more intuitive. I don't want people to have to do math. So the app is constantly going through revision. And so if you or any of the customers have suggestions, we are more than willing to hear them. We would love that. And if it's a good idea, it can be implemented with rapid speed because we have full control over the app. So if something's wrong with it, or if it's missing some kind of feature that you feel is super important, please let us know and we can totally accommodate that. It's like, let's say you bought an Extreme kit and you were maybe putting it on something that's not a Razor. We did have a change motor direction, so you can make it run on the opposite side.
Say if I wanted to put on a quad.
Totally.
Then the quad is mounted in another direction. The orientation is upside down. I would need to change my motor direction.
Correct.
Yep.
And the last thing is throttle diagnostics. So this is just so that way you can make sure if you're having some kind of problem with the controller that your throttle is working. It gives you that visual so you can see that it's, I don't actually want to do it with the bike on, but it gives you a throttle percentage and a throttle voltage.
Oh, so it's measuring the throttle in space, and it's giving you a numerical number, letting you know that it's working.
Letting you know it's working.
Gotcha.
And then you can email said diagnostics to us and let us know.
Okay.
So that way we can help you troubleshoot if there's any problems.
Right on.
So I would like to back up from here. And kind of give a run of the gauges running.
Yep.
And kind of see how they look. Obviously, we're not going to get a lot of kilowatts right now because there's no load.
Right.
Baby education here. The controller will only pull as many kilowatts as required to do what you're asking it. And I'm asking it to rev up. It only needs 3 kilowatts in order to achieve that. So that's all it's going to pull.
Yeah.
When you put weight on it, it'll pull the full amount.
That number is going to increase.
Totally.
Gotcha.
So right now we're just seeing a little demonstration of how the gauges are floating. You can see your RPM, your miles per hour increase, etc.
One thing I'm surprised at just watching this is how responsive the app is to what you're doing. It's almost immediate, not almost, it is immediate. When you do the throttle manipulation, the gauges are moving instantly.
Yes.
So there's no lag.
Yeah, especially on iPhone. iPhone is right now working extremely well.
Right?
Crisp, super crisp. Android still works very well, and I will say that Android will definitely be working much better in the future.
Yeah.
Apple's almost perfect, and that's it's developed in an Apple environment, right? So I would say let's do a little demo of drag mode, and I think I'm out of things to show. So I click that drag mode button. Now I'm just gonna like gently give it because obviously it's gonna just run right up. So I'll just go slow. And now we have that result. It said that we did 0 to 30 in 1.235 seconds and 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Obviously, that's just a free air spin. But it does give you...
It gives you an idea of how it logs it.
How it works, yeah.
Does it save a log of these?
So right now, it's not currently saving a log, but in the future, you'll be able to go back and see all of the times. So that's something that's coming very shortly.
Cool.
Yes, you'll be able to check all the times that you've ever ran. And you can also see it tells you how many watts that you pulled, how much battery sag you're getting, what gear ratio you're using, and your wheel diameter. And that way you can verify, or like when people look at it or you look at it, you can understand what that means rather than just times.
And if you're interested in comparing times, you can look at times with what you had at the moment equipped in the bike, with the battery, the type of gearing you had.
Exactly.
And all the other relevant information that you're going to want to know.
It's actually a really good point. I didn't think of it that way, but this would help you to understand which gearing combinations and such are giving you the best times. Yeah. Absolutely.
For sure.
That's pretty much it for the app. Right now, there's tons more to come, but please, if you have any suggestions, please let us know. But it's something that we're really excited about, and it's all I got.
Awesome. Well, you want to ride?
Let's do it.
Let's go. You boys ready? You hit that jump, Nolan?
Not the big one.
They gotta move it. They gotta move it in closer for the babies, man.
I don't know if I'd even hit it with the baby
well,
closer.
when it's close, it's like, dude, you just. But these rad guys gotta push back. I wasn't in the know.
I'll moving it.
Sure.
Where do you want to put it? What do you want to do?
I was just gonna move that out of the way.
Move that out of here.
Just trying to put some blocks of wood underneath or something. It's pretty forward. Put some blocks under it. Get something.
I wasn't here when they've been moved.
Yeah,
That's
they've been
the
staggering
fourth
it.
time they moved it back, dude.
Did they just move it back again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the first one. Yay! That didn't last long. Yeah.
That looks like it hurt.
What did I do wrong there?
I'm not sure. I wasn't watching.
I think you kind of came in.
That came at too much of an angle?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fuck. That was a hard slam, dude. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm okay. No, I'm fine. Like, I'm just worried about the bike. Bike's fine, right?
It'll be fine. You got plenty of grips or whatever.
Man, this extreme kit is extreme. It's got balls. Oh, don't want to hit that.
There you are.
Hell yeah, brothers. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
This track is awesome, dude.
I love this.
I haven't been up here yet.
We'll go. Oh, you already looped all the way around, huh?
Well, I did a partial. I came back through the middle because I was coming behind y'all.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Ooh, that'll get you. Yeah. Uh-huh. Damn, it just climbs. This controller and motor combination is incredibly powerful. Not to mention the battery.